Ah, come on! The voice grew louder the closer I got to my destination. I reached the end of the aisle, filled with cans of paint, stain, and brushes, and found a short brunette woman in the middle, reaching on the tips of her toes for a stain on the top shelf. Her petite frame stretched out, her short arms attempting to grab the small can. Her heart-shaped face and high cheekbones were strained. She had her bottom lip tucked into her straight teeth, and her eyes squinted. I felt the need to scoff at her outfit. Bright pink shorts and a white shirt with dinosaur fossils on it that said, "First Grade Rocks." Was she a teacher? When she came back down to her soles, I took a closer glance at her. She had to be a foot shorter than me, and she looked as though I could lift her with my pinky finger. Her long, free-flowing brown hair was loosely tied back with a white ribbon. I looked around the opposite aisles for a worker, but this late at night there were only a couple of employees in the store, and I didn't want to get that kid up front. I thought about helping her. My height advantage would undoubtedly make it easy for me to grab for the stain. But I kind of enjoyed watching this petite lady try her hardest to reach the top shelf. "All right, that's it." It became apparent she had no idea I stood at the end of the aisle watching her. She placed her hands on the ledge in front of her and began climbing the shelves. She had her foot on the tops of paint cans, and the metal rack creaked as she lifted her weight onto it. She couldn't have weighed much, but the old, heavily stocked shelves could barely hold the supplies placed on them. The brunette huffed and stomped her foot like a child when she got back to the ground. She stepped a couple of feet back and looked up at the stain, then looked back down and nodded to herself. Grabbing a paint can, she placed it on the ground, and then another on top of that one, and another. She made herself a leaning tower of paint cans, and I had to credit her for being resourceful. She climbed on the paint cans and grabbed the stain. She smiled at it and hopped back to the level ground. "Ha! I knew I would get you," she said to the can, and here I thought I was the crazy one. I felt guilty that I hadn't offered to help, but honestly, I enjoyed her little show. I could use anything to distract me from where my mind had been 5 minutes previously. She replaced each can in the correct spot and began walking my way. I tried to keep walking or turn around so she wouldn't see me, but it was too late. Her eyes locked on me. Crap. Her thick eyelashes fluttered, her hazel eyes staring into mine. I found myself being pulled into her. Her mouth formed a tiny O, then quirked into a tilted, pink-painted smile. I was about to speak, ready to make some sarcastic comment about her climbing skills, or maybe something about her weird shirt, but something stopped me. My voice caught in my throat, and I felt an urge to strain it to speak to her. "Oh, hi."